I am Dr. T.V.L. Narasimha, and I work with Sundaram-Clayton Limited. I have been till recently the Chief Technology Officer, and now I have taken over heading the special projects, developing new alloys and processes for lightweighting for the automotive industries. My family and friends describe me as a friendly person and passionate towards work. This is a complaint from my family and my friends too. And I'm quite amicable. That is what people talk about me. Yeah, this is something which I keep questioning myself several times. And there's something which happened in my life in the initial period. When I joined the defense production, I was quite fortunate to have got associated with the top leaders in the defense industry, and especially Dr. Kalam and Professor Ramarao and people like that. And I was really fortunate to be one of the team members writing the Vision 2020 for Dr. Kalam for materials and processes. In fact, in one of the projects, I remember Dr. Kalam telling me, "Don't worry, go ahead. If there's a failure, it is mine. I'll own it, and success will be all yours." So that is something which I really cherish, and this is something which I learned, and I try to tell my team members also. It's exciting for me to come to work because I look at challenges. I would like to see that there's one thing I keep my team also quite energetic. I tell them that let's not say no to anything. We cannot do anything. This is something which I tell them, let's do it. Even though it doesn't work, it's a learning for us. While I was writing the Vision 2020 on materials, I had the opportunity to study how China was growing at that point of time, in the late 80s and early 90s. And it was a very strategic way of planning what was done, which really amazed me. They were trying to look at what are the natural resources they were rich in and trying to exploit. For example, the rare earth materials, magnesium. Today, 95% of magnesium in the world is produced in China. Why? Because they saw that as an opportunity. If you take India as an example, we have the natural resources of human brain, and that's where we went forward in terms of AI, ML, and I remember while I was studying in Indian Institute of Science, my professor was talking about AI and ML at that time, 35 years ago, expert systems, and I'm fortunate to see that really today we are implementing it in the industry, and this is the way to go, and we are also progressing, but we need to do a lot. We have a lot of opportunities ahead. The turning point for me was, to tell you frankly, getting into materials was not by choice. But then I converted that, I had that opportunity to interact with people of eminence, where I really got interested into materials. That is where I really realized that the civilization was always, the milestones were marked with materials, whether it is the Stone Age, the Bronze Age, or the Iron Age, or the Silicon Age, what we used to talk. Today, again, it is going to be the materials which are really making a difference in the technology. So this is something which I realized when I started working with the DRDO. And I met with a lot of people coming from abroad, and they were saying that the kind of infrastructure what we had and what I had, that kind of approach for these infrastructure was not available anywhere in the world under one roof, whether it was IAC or DRDO or wherever I worked. When we have that kind of accessibility for infrastructure, if we are not utilizing it and turning it into business, there's no way we can actually invest back into building our capability and competency. I try to dig into the fundamentals. When it comes to looking at resolving a problem or addressing to a new requirement, is try to go into the fundamentals and the foundation and try to relate that. I'll give you a small example. If you have a problem, industrial problems, we have been working on industrial problems and we do not have answers for everything. So what we normally do is, this is what I have been doing is work with a lot of educational institutions. I have been working with IIT right from the time I came to Chennai. I have a lot of friends here, my contemporaries, my juniors, working in various faculties. So the problems what I have in the industry, I convert them into an academic problem, trying to tell it in a theoretical fashion. And say that this is a problem, have a lot of discussions, brainstorming across the table. And then the solutions what I get is a number of solutions, maybe number of possibilities. I don't say it's a solution. Solution could be only one. But number of possibilities, options that come onto the table as a theoretical options or probabilities. And this we try to convert that into a practical solution. And see what is the most economical. Again, in the industry, it is the economics really drives the industry. This is something which I really learned over the years. And try to come up with an economical solution and then apply it in the industry. Wonderful results. I have seen wonderful results and a lot of breakthroughs. And this is something which I really cherish. And it's a lifetime experience, that's what I think. One personal mantra what I live by is never say no to anybody. Try to help everybody. And encourage everybody. Let them follow their passion, and to whatever extent you can help them with a hand or a finger to move forward, do it. And this is what I follow from my heart. There are several projects, but one project what I'm really excited in the future is to look at how the country is going to really progress to be a leader. Especially into the automotive area, the EV and sustainability. These are some of the things which are actually driven by the industry, and I think we have a lot of challenges ahead in terms of sustainability and how we could have the circular economy which would really help in the economic growth of the country. My favorite way of unwinding myself after a long, tiring day is to spend time with family. This is something, I'm a family man. I spend whatever little time I have. I don't try to, even though I go out only with my family. And that is something which really makes me relaxed. And yeah, that's it. Yeah, these days I'm watching a lot of the kind of science fiction movies that are coming with a lot of out-of-the-box thinking that tries to put you ahead in time and then think out of the box, what can really happen. And some of the real lifetime experiences which are shown on movies, especially a movie called Sully, which really it tries to provoke what can really happen, what is really practical, and where you can draw a line. So such movies really provoke my thought process. Young tech talent, actually, this is something which we do not utilize to the maximum. This is what I see. Especially people of my age, what we always try to thrust on them, what we think. We do not give them the freedom to thought and expression. So this is where we have to encourage the young talent to come out with out-of-the-box questions. I never especially try to put down anybody by saying, no, it doesn't work, nor tell that, why are you thinking this way, or something like that. I always encourage them to come out with something. I keep telling them, it can be idiotic, whatever you may say. For my perspective, it's idiotic, but for your perspective, it makes sense, because you are coming from a different direction. And I'm looking at the same object from different directions, which looks different. I cannot expect the same thing looking from all directions the same way. So just put it onto the table, let's debate, let's look at what things can happen, what things cannot happen. Come to an end. That's how innovation really comes in. After going home, don't think about work. Spend your valuable time with whomever you are going to spend. And when you are at work, give your 100%. It's difficult to do, but only when you practice, you are able to really. And this is where you get refreshed when you come back to work. Yeah, most people don't know that I like swimming and I swim, and I also sing, which even my family they don't know. I used to, but of late I stopped. But if I get a chance, I would like to refresh my music talent. I wanted to learn classical singing and an instrument, which was a real good passion. So instead of doing it myself in my spare time, I listen to a lot of music. I want to spend more time with my family now, and I would like to mentor a few kids and nurture their enthusiasm and help in whatever way I can to shape their career in the way they want to. We did a lot of projects. For example, with Professor Sundaram-Clayton, we have actually we did a lot of testing and evaluation with them on NDT, and then we started applying AI and ML in evaluation. And we did a automated defect detection. The first project what Krishnan handled was for me. I can proudly say that, yes, even recently when he had this launch of his company, Dhwani, he did mention that. And with the materials department, did a lot of characterization, and with the structural integrity department, we did work on component testing. This is something which we could customize for some of the components. And with the design department, we did a lot of new designs for lightweighting, conversion of steel components to aluminum, where very good work was done for the last 10, 15 years. We have clear-cut projects where what IIT could really give it to us. That was the motivating factor for us to actually set up this kind of a center for excellence on lightweighting at the research park, so that we can bridge more projects, more focused projects between the IIT faculty and Sundaram-Clayton towards lightweighting initiatives. This is a good ecosystem where we find, for example, the Advanced Manufacturing Technology Center, which I keep visiting very often with to see Professor Ramesh Babu. Even yesterday, day before yesterday, I was there with him taking a problem where I need to resolve it. Across the table, he gave a solution saying that why don't we work with this team, do it this way. And this is something which we could actually, this is really helping us, because we get a lot of interaction with like-minded people and a lot of inputs, whether they are official or unofficial. which it's a learning process. So this ecosystem, this kind of, in fact the team also, they're very happy in this kind of an atmosphere where they get more energized towards innovation, looking at other startups here. So I think it's a good experience being in the research part.